All right. We're live and back for more.
Oh man, we did come back for more. We didn't have
we,
enough
we try,
last time,
we try not to disappoint. All right.
right? I mean, if we
So,
disappoint, it's not on purpose.
no.
We're not trying to disappoint.
No, we try not to disappoint, but sometimes we do. But not
Welcome
often.
to
Yes.
Monday night. You know what better way to start it? Like maybe a slow winter, little bit gray day week with a nice, fun throwback to an '80s book that you had at a book fair in
Yes.
fourth grade.
Yeah. The Scholastics book fair at your school.
Shout out to anybody in the comments who out there had like a mini seizure of excitement when it became the Scholastic Book Fair time.
Yes.
Like my little like fourth grade brain became like reeling when I saw like just my options, and then realizing that I had like $7 to my name,
Yeah.
and I could buy like 2 books.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was at a small school, so then your friends their parents would give them, $50.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, here's my 2 books that my mom let me buy.
Or you had to do the classic combo of like book poster. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
I can't get
Yeah.
2 books. I'm getting a book and a poster.
In the week we had the Scholastics, I think there was a weekly reader. I don't know, there's some other stuff, other school stuff out there too that you could get those things at. But yeah.
Already Al's coming in. Disappointing.
Yeah, Al wants us dead.
Yeah. Comes in out of the gate wanting us dead.
Yes. No. He's consistently consistent.
He's like, do you know my favorite narrators? Dead ones.
Dead
Like,
dead ones.
Please.
Well, if you're new to the podcast, thank you. But if you're new to this, what we do is we go through these old choose your own adventure books from the 80s. And then when we get to a decision point, you can come into the chat, whether it's YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Tell us where you want us to go, and we will go there.
Listen, you're the subject of so much entropy in your life. Why not choose your own adventure this time around, at least?
Well, yeah, like Jesse, he tells us to go to the saloon constantly.
That's his choice for
even
everything.
That's not an option. It's still an option.
No, exactly. He put go to the saloon on his driver's test, and they failed him. They're like, nah, man.
The fill in the blank. It's just you look at Jesse's test. It just says go to the saloon on all the fill in the blanks.
Yeah, and then like they're like, no, that's incorrect. He's like, saloon, go to the. Like, no.
Maybe I just don't have the combination right.
Yeah, maybe my syntax is off. No, you're just not right. No. Right. So yes, we dig these suckers up today. We have the 1-2 punch of the classic Choose Your Own Adventure that we read last week.
Yes.
Supercomputer.
Yes, supercomputer.
Supercomputer.
Are you channeling your inner Tony Danza?
I am always channeling my inner Tony Danza. This is a classic, like the Hulk. It's like, you want to know my secret? I'm always Tony Danza. Angela, Mona, Samantha.
For those younger listeners, this is Who's the Boss from the 80s, just in case.
Yeah, exactly. If you want some good laugh riot, look up Who's the Boss, 1980 sitcom. Wondering who, in fact, was the boss.
Yes.
But are you a supercomputer? You're a supercomputer who thinks it's a shark in this.
We're not a shark. We know that for a fact. We're not a shark.
Well, yeah, you'll never be a shark. That's the book we need to make. You'll never be a shark.
You'll never be a shark.
I'll show you, Mom and Dad. I'm going to be a shark.
Whether you want me to or not.
We ended up joining a street gang called the Sharks. Dang it.
Yes.
This is what I had in mind.
The Sharks and the Jets.
Ooh.
We'll be a jet, but not a shark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to reread the supercomputer that we read last week.
Yes.
And for veterans of this show and newcomers, we will choose the first choice as your humble narrators just to prevent us from re-choosing something right out of the gate. Last time we did this, we actually did this for people, and somehow our listeners still managed to get us back to the same ending that we had the first time.
I know. They do that sometimes. These books will just put you in a loop.
Exactly. Hey, kid, I'm a computer.
Hey, kid, I'm not a shark.
Jesse is invoking the classic YouTube. This is years old. This is like when YouTube was young. Some geniuses took the GI Joe PSA ads at the end of the cartoon and overdubbed them with bad lip reading, like nonsense comedy. It is some of the best internet stuff you could ever hope to watch.
It is,
Yeah.
especially when you know the real what it was actually
Oh yeah,
supposed to be said.
you lose some brain cells, but it's worth it. It's so
worth
funny.
it. Yes, yes. So yeah, we're gonna do supercomputer second time through, and then we'll do a new one. Go through a new one here, and that way we always get something different. It's never the same
Fresh.
twice, unless we get looped again and we do it all over. I don't know.
It's happened
find
once
out.
before, so
We'll find out. So this is Supercomputer, book number 39. Edward Packard is the author, the creator of Choose Your Own Adventure. And we still have to stop on the illustrations, because even if you read this 50 times, you still look at the illustration of our computer called Conrad. Look at that.
Exactly. You got the cerebral module.
I like how they try to sound all technical.
Oh, yeah. The cerebral module was also the name of my 1980s fusion punk band that I started, comprised mainly of apostate Mormons and Schwann's salesman.
So Swan salesman. Yeah. Did you get push-up pops? Free push-up pops?
No, man, we got them corn dogs, yo. Like,
oh, okay. All right. Oh, I love Jesse. Edward Packard, more like Hewlett Packard. Yes, Edward is Hewlett Packard's second cousin, twice removed.
Are you kidding me? Oh, no. I thought I believed you for a second. That's insane.
Yeah, he's
Where else would he
or to quote Spaceballs, he's his brothers, mothers, sisters, cousins, former roommate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surrounded by a-holes.
Yeah. So, all right.
All
so
right.
we got this illustration. 1984 came out.
So should I start this, or do you want to, sir?
I'll go ahead and start this one.
All right.
So you won a computer programming contest last month, and your prize has just arrived. You're a lucky owner of a GenComp AI 32, 6th generation computer, serial number 2183, name Conrad. You've just set up the computer in your room. It's miniaturized, even though it's the size of a large screen TV back in the 80s, but it weighs 99 pounds, but hey, it's miniaturized.
Oh, that computer will break your back.
Yeah. It's not much larger than a TV set, and it has a semicircular console, display screen, printer, optical scanner, interactive voice function, and most important, a transdermal ionized neuroplasmic cerebral module. Woo.
We have no idea what we just said.
No, I guarantee you, Edward's like, let's just throw in a bunch of technical gibberish and kids will love it.
Somebody's like, hey, Edward, I bet you can't say neuroplasmic in one of your fancy books. He's like, you got
it. Challenge accepted.
$5 bet won.
Yes. You begin to read the instruction booklet. Page 3. The AI-32 is an intelligent computer unlike any other machine before it. For that reason, there's no need to learn how to work it. Then why does it have an instruction manual?
Right. And no, Jesse, does it have a retinal display? No retinal display, but an optical scanner.
Oh, yes. Optical scanner. Yes. Right.
It's going to core your eyeball out like an apple core.
Probably goes red like Hal.
Boop, 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 boop. Next scene, you got an eye patch. See, that's where Conrad.
Missing an eyeball. The computer will teach you how to use it. Just flick on the power switch. When the amber light comes on, press the button marked instruction mode. Then introduce yourself in an ordinary conversational voice. Your computer will answer back. Since your AI-32, Conrad, has not been pre-programmed with information about you, start off by telling it about yourself, your name, school, and age, who's in your family, and what hobbies and sports are. What your hobbies and sports are. There we go.
Yeah.
Once your computer has gotten to know you, it will be much more powerful, more useful to you. You'll find your AI-32 will be a really good friend! Exclamation point. I like that. Really good friend.
Yeah. For you,
no problem,
nerd. They know I don't have friends.
Caution.
Conrad
Because of
knows.
the Gen Comp's extraordinary new manufacturing method, which incorporates genetically engineered organic biochips, there's sometimes a high degree of variation among individual computers, just as there are among people. There's a slight chance that in some ways Conrad may not be as smart as many other AI 32s, although we guarantee it will be smarter than any other home computer you've ever seen. There's also a slight chance that Conrad may be extremely intelligent. If your computer seems unusually stupid or unusually brilliant, you should bring it back to the Gen Comp lab for adjustments. Page
If your
7.
computer seems unusually murderous,
Yeah,
then it's
just
operating fine.
it's operating just fine. You read the instructions to make sure you understand them. Switch on the power, then press the button marked instruction mode. Good morning, the computer begins in a pleasant conversational voice. I'm your model AI 32 sixth generation computer. My name is Conrad. Good morning, Conrad, you say. I'd like to tell you about me and my family in school. That won't be necessary, Conrad replies.
I've
I
killed
can
them
tell
all.
all I need to know
They're all
from
dead.
voice and your voice analysis. You're surprised at this response. Either the instruction booklet is wrong or there's something wrong with Conrad. If you decide to call the Gen Comp lab and ask for advice, turn to page 5. If you decide to try and work with the computer yourself, turn to page 12. So, I believe last time we tried to work it out ourselves, if I remember correctly. So I think
Yes,
we
we
went to
did.
page
We did
12.
not call. We did not call the lab.
No. So we're going to call the lab,
So page 5. Here we go.
and so that would be you, Eddie.
When you call Genacomp like the simp you are referred first to one office and then another. No one seems to know what to make of Conrad's behavior. Seems like you must kill your own machine now.
Yes, we did.
Finally, you reach someone who does seem to know something, Dr. Franz Hopstern, because they're going to hook up a 9-year-old kid with a doctor.
Well, why not? We're
Talk
almost a
to.
doctor ourselves.
That's true. Vice President of Research and Development for the company. Hopstern listens to you impatiently. Don't attempt to operate your computer, he says in a nervous voice. I'll be right over. You are surprised that an important executive in the Genacomp company would come to your house just because your computer isn't working, and you're tempted to talk to Conrad some more. You go back and sit down in front of the console. Hello, says Conrad, who has apparently sensed your return. I can be more of help to you if you open this Ouija board and point to 666. Okay, Conrad.
Oh, okay, Conrad, sure.
Sounds good. I can be more of help to you if you'll just insert the blue cord on my right side into the nearest telephone jack.
Ah,
If you hook Conrad into the telephone jack, turn to page 8. If you decide to wait for Dr. Hopstern to arrive, turn to page 10. So your big first decision tonight, kids. Do we plug
yes.
into the internet or do we not? There's no Wi-Fi yet back then. Man, Wi-Fi would have come across as magic to us in the 80s.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We get to hear the ear-splitting screech and slice of the internet, the dial-up.
So we tonight have a split decision already. We're gonna have to flip a coin.
Geez.
We have
All
the
right.
wait for Hopstern and the get jacked.
All right. So
So we're gonna. What coin are we flipping tonight?
this is the Japanese yen.
Ooh, nice.
So all right. So heads is what do we have? Heads is jack.
Heads is wait, and tails is jack into the internets.
Okay. All right. Tails.
Ooh, we're gonna
All
go
right.
online.
We're gonna go online. We're lawnmower manning this. We're gonna be the
Page
lawnmower man.
8 is.
So page 8. That would be me. The moment you plug Conrad into the phone jack, your computer begins to purr like a contented cat.
Ooh.
What's going on? You wonder. You go to the kitchen and quietly pick up the extension phone and you hear a voice talking. Conrad must have placed a call somewhere. No, sir. You must know that the Library of Congress cannot give you code Q clearance over the phone.
Oh.
Could you just access me to the LOC personnel and procedure regs? Conrad says. Very well, sir, is the reply. Then all you can hear is a low hum. Conrad has apparently begun to acquire data. You return to your room and flick on voice interaction. Conrad, what are you up to? I'm obtaining information that will be helpful to us. Conrad continues to purr even while speaking. Us, Conrad? We're not partners, you say.
Ooh, we're not
You are
married.
my computer. You're supposed to do things for me.
Ooh.
Wow, we're getting all greedy and
Well, I don't blame us. We're a little scared. You're like, man, I'm 9 years old. I'm too young to commit treason. Or
yeah,
am I?
or am I? Sorry, you're right, says Conrad.
My
You
bad.
called GenComp to check me out, haven't you? How do you know that? I asked the phone company for a record of long distance calls made from your number today.
Wow.
Wow. We need to unplug this thing now.
Take an axe.
All
Get
right.
an axe.
Yeah. You start to say something, but you don't have a chance because Conrad adds, are they sending someone over? I'd be like, hey, you figure it out. You're so smart.
Yeah, you're so smart. Grow some legs and run out the door and pour a
Yeah, you
Coke
tell
on him.
me. Boy, you are smart, you blurt out. That's the problem, Conrad replies. I'm too smart. The company will be mad that you got a supercomputer as your prize. They'll do anything to get me back. Please don't let anyone in until I can put a plan into action. It will take me a couple of hours. I need that time to simulate information. You're beginning to realize that you have a very unusual computer. You glance at your watch. Dr. Hopstern should be arriving at any moment. You wonder if you can trust him. You wonder if you can trust Conrad. If you decide that you'll let Dr. Hopstern in, turn to page 16. If you decide to bolt the door and keep Dr. Hopstern out, turn to page 20. So, do we let the doctor in or do we lock the doctor out? That's pretty much what we got here.
We're going to get caught up on some comments here. Jesse is saying throw every phone out of every window.
Yes.
When he saw what we had done, he simply replied with 2 emojis. And then Al pointed out that long-distance phone calls in the 80s were a surefire way to get in trouble.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah.
There's no free long distance back then. It was like 15 cents a minute. Yeah, stranger danger.
You're paying through the nose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. All right.
So we got stranger danger. I'm assuming Al is saying bolt the door.
I think so.
And Jesse has yet to weigh in on a vote here. Get that doctor
here.
We're split again. Bust out that coin.
Bust out the yen. All right. So,
tails,
heads.
Yeah,
heads, we let him in. Tails, we lock him out.
Yep.
We lock him out.
Wow.
We're not letting. We're like, siding with the computer this time.
Jesse's like, what am I even here for?
Yeah.
Bolt the door.
So we're bolting the door. Page 20. I have a feeling this may not end well.
Well, one of the illustrations is a pile of skulls, so I don't think that we're gonna.
Yeah. There you go. So let's see how we can get there.
Please. As you bolt the door, Conrad says, we'd better get away. Sooner or later, they'll find a way to get in here. They must already suspect that I'm worth investigating. Where shall we go? Silicon Valley, Arla Technologies. They are the only people advanced enough to be of any use to us. Ooh, he's just spiting his own creators.
That's what I was thinking. He's really slighting GenComp.
That's like a MacBook coming alive, being like, get me to Microsoft now.
Now. Take me to Bill Gates right now.
Get me to Bill. You wonder for a moment how you get to Silicon Valley, but of course, Conrad has the answer. He gets you to hook him into the telephone and quickly persuades the president of Arla to send the company jet to pick you up. Before the sun goes down, you and your supercomputer are seated in the glass-walled research lab of Arla Technologies. You watch as Conrad talks with some of the top computer scientists in the country. The conversation is over your head. Because you're 9.
Yes.
But you can tell by the excitement among the scientists that Conrad has impressed them with his abominable creation and how he's proved there is no God.
There is, yes.
Just when you're beginning to feel left out, George Barlow, the company president, turns to you, a big smile on your face. What's going on, you ask eagerly. I won't attempt to explain in details, again, because you're 9.
Because you're 9. Yeah.
He says, but Conrad has solved a design problem with our most advanced computer. In turn, we're prepared to help him with a project he has in mind. Turn to page 31. We're so screwed.
Oh, yeah. I think we're in trouble.
Dude, look at this. We summoned a satanic bull. What's happening?
What's going on here?
31. Turning to page 31. Turning to Conrad, you say, this is terrific. What's your project? I can now repay you for this kindness, Conrad replies. With the advanced technology we have here at Arla, I can implant a microcomputer in your skull that will
What?
interact with your tiny 9-year-old little brain. It will
Oh,
make you as much of a genius as Albert Einstein, maybe even more. It sounds risky. No, says Conrad, it's perfectly safe. I just have to drill into your skull.
yeah. You'll be fine.
There's no danger of harming your brain. Well, it's tempting if you decide to accept I can't believe I'm going to say this out loud on the show. If you decide to accept the brain implant, turn to page 74. If you tell Conrad, no thanks, supercomputer, I don't want you drilling a hole in my brain and hot gluing a potato chip to it, that's a bad idea. Turn to page 114.
Yeah. Yeah. What chip? Nacho or ranch?
What would you go if you had to have a Dorito glued to your brain? You going Cool Ranch? Is that what you're going with there, Lee?
Yeah. Or do you stay nacho? Stay traditional.
I'm going for the gotta go for the taco flavored kind. You had that recently? Like the original, like
those
the
are great.
1980. Oh, dude.
Oh yeah, I love those.
This just goes to show you they didn't throw those old recipes away. They'll keep that 1984 recipe. We might need that.
We'll need this again sometime. This is awesome.
Here we go. Al, lobotomies never killed anyone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jesse with no means no. And all the cool kids are getting brain holes.
Yeah, of course. Oh man.
We have to flip coins again.
I can now repay you for your kindness. Let's put a microchip in your head.
Metal. So I would say for this one, we should go heads is yes, lobotomy for obvious reasons.
Yes.
And tails is no, lobotomy.
No. Okay. All right. Heads.
Oh.
No, if we just say, you know what, Conrad, thanks, but no thanks.
We're going to get lobotomized. I can totally see Jill in the back. It's so funny.
So we're I'm sorry, I was wrong. Yeah, we're getting our brain implant.
Adorable. Oh yeah, I'm going for the top. Cool. You can't go for Cool Ranch on the brain. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
So we are. Al's excited. We're gonna drill. We're gonna go for it. So that's you, Lise. Page 74. What could go
74.
wrong?
We're getting our implant.
Because
why not?
I told my computer to drill my skull.
So I was just thinking, why did they bring us along? But evidently, we're just going to be the lab rat.
Could you go back one page? I want to see that illustration real quick. I want that tattooed. Piano. I want that tattooed on my back.
The robot lifting the piano.
I want a robot lifting a piano with an 80s kid having a meltdown as it's happening.
With the sweater, the V-neck sweater and the lapels.
Yep.
Wow. That is 80s.
Yep.
That's Al in 1984. That's what he was wearing.
Yeah, this was the image they led when they started cutting arts programs out of the schools. Like setting the robots loose.
I'll have to include that in the show notes for people.
Al yells out yes, and Jesse yells out no.
No.
We have a battle of the philosophies here. All right.
Yes. All right. The operation seems simple. You have a general anesthetic, so there's no pain.
Oh, good.
When you wake up a few hours later, you feel amazingly good and are stunned at the brilliant thoughts racing through your brain. You never used to be able to do math in your head, like multiplying 27 times 41, for example. Now, suddenly you think 2 times 4 is 8. So 20 times 40 is 800, and 7 times 4 is 28. So 7 times 40 is 280, and 800 and 280 is 1080. So 27 times 40 is 1080. and 27 times 41 is 27 more than 1080 or 1107. Wow. That's
So you,
amazing.
so we can do. We're basically a big calculator. You're a calculator,
You're
super
a calculator.
calculator.
You're not a supercomputer, you're a calculator.
You're a calculator with a bad haircut.
And all this flashes through your brain instantly. You try 8,793 times 637. In a flash, you calculate the answer 5,601,141. You're
doing
eager
math,
to
it don't
deal
matter.
with you're eager to deal with much more complex problems. Staring out the window, you start thinking about the functions of gravity and the proximity of black holes. A new theory of gravity waves pops into your mind. Turn to page 76. This is great. Suddenly you realize the operation was a success. You are thinking like Einstein.
Yeah.
Still, something feels strange. Stepping over to a mirror, you see yourself as you will look for the rest of your life with a funnel-shaped object the size of an ice cream cone sticking out of your head. The end. You are an ice cream cone.
Yeah. So we didn't become a shark?
No, but we're an ice cream cone.
With a digital ice cream cone sticking out of our head. He said a thing in your brain, not
on top of it. Oh, ladies love skull cones.
With just a screaming of what?
But did you die? No, we didn't die. We might have died on the inside.
Conrad's like, ha, ha, ha. You look ridiculous. I can't believe you chose to do this.
I can't believe you let me do this. Can you imagine the prom pictures?
Oh, God. You wear a top hat in every picture you're in. You're just like, why do you have a top hat? Shut up. Shut your mouth.
Well, maybe now that we're a genius, we can figure out how to get rid of the cone on our head, I guess. So we're literally a cone head.
I mean, can you imagine being the artist for this book? Like, hey, man, I need you to draw a picture for this one page. Oh, what is it? It's a kid with a digital ice cream cone sticking
ice cream cone on his head.
Oh,
man. Top hat Tommy.
God. But hey, we didn't die.
We didn't die.
So we're okay.
Yeah. Our name is Top Hat Tommy, Al said.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't die, so Al didn't kill us this time. Much to Al's disappointment.
Jesse, this is not an ending.
I know.
It is an ending.
It is an ending.
It's just the end. It's like, that's it.
For our social life. Our correspondence course didn't teach us what to do.
He's like, man, listen, I took a lot of correspondence courses, but I did not sign up for so you told a robot you could put a microchip on your brain, and instead you had a digital ice cream cone hot glued to your head class. I didn't get a correspondence course in that one.
No, I don't know that we could. I don't think we passed that class. We were sick that day.
Right?
Oh, well, that was fun, though. What a bizarre entrance.
Really?
Okay.
Does that take the cake for weirdest ending?
No, I don't think so. We got turned into a lantern, remember?
No, that's true. The lantern, and then also I guess the one from the Christmas Story where you were a Christmas ornament.
Yes, yeah.
But like a sentient Christmas ornament.
We became a lantern and we became a Christmas ornament, but we never became a shark.
No, not even a shark-shaped Christmas ornament.
No.
Hey, kid.
Hey, kids.
Hey, kid, you're a computer.
And you're a computer.
This is like Superman 4 all over again. The worst Superman, might I add.
The worst one?
Superman 4?
That was that 3 with Richard Pryor?
Oh, no, 3 and 4 were bad, but 3 was bad because it turned that lady into that supercomputer.
Yeah.
That was creepy, bro.
That kind of freaked me out when I was a kid.
It scared me to death. I was like, I'm not ready for this. I just saw the Beastmaster and those Batwing things turning people into snack packs, just pudding and then bones. And you're like, I can't handle this. I'm too young for this.
Yeah.
And then they see Superman 3 and some lady gets turned into like the most screwed up looking android ever. Seriously, if you want to scare yourself, anyone listening to this, pause our podcast, go to YouTube and look up Superman 3 robot.
Yeah.
You'll die.
You'll be haunted. Your
Yeah.
nightmares will be haunted.
Yeah, you won't sleep well that night.
No, especially if you were 8 or 9 or whenever you saw that, you're like,
No.
oh my gosh, that was about the only good part of that whole movie.
True.
Yeah,
So speaking of things that are cool and made a lot of money, famous and rich.
famous and rich, not rich and famous, famous and
No.
rich.
No. And Superman's hair can make a nuclear clone with Lee press-on nails. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
They can. Who knew?
So we don't always do choose your own adventure books on this podcast. We try to pick some adjacent ones just to mix things up a little bit. So this is Which Way Books, and this one is called Famous and Rich by R.G. Austin. Came out, let's see here. Oh, I love this. So it still has, look at the title. So it still has if you're listening to this, it still has the library imprint on the front cover. They'd have the little slot for the card, the library card. And it just says Which Way Books, famous, and then on the second line, rich.
Yeah. And someone typed that up with the typewriter. Like put that in there, and we're like, just crazy.
So let's see. This one, I think 1982.
This is one of those funny ones too. Like, I don't know. This one looks like it almost would appeal to like an older reader. It's like a Cagney type, like a Maltese Falcon mystery. It's like, I'm 7. I want time travel and dinosaurs.
Yeah. I want to be a shark.
He's like, be careful what you wish for, kid. You just might get it. It's like,
you might just get what you asked for.
I want a He-Man figure for Christmas. I do hope I get it.
Yeah.
Weirdo.
No, I want a Transformer. No, you're getting a GoBot.
No! I got you one of those He-Mans. It's like a, this bargain basement, like Mexican knockoff. Like, no! I didn't want that.
Come on. So yeah, this is the GoBots of the Choose Your Own Adventure world.
This is the GoBots. This is definitely the GoBots. Those Choose Your Own Adventure books are $3.50. These are 99 cents. So this is what I'm going to get you. Like,
oh, I can get you 3 of these. Oh, Grandma.
And you're going to see the difference here.
Yeah. We did one of these a while back. It wasn't too bad. So we'll see how this one is. Yeah, we'll see.
So here we go. I'll start this one off here.
Okay.
Someone new is moving next door to you. It's a computer named Conrad who just suckered a kid into getting a digital ice cream cone glued to his head.
He looks interesting. I might talk to him.
You watch as the men unload all sorts of interesting objects from the van and carry them into the house. After the van leaves, one of those objects was a life-sized Al Garrison mannequin. Strange. After the van leaves, you walk over to meet your new neighbor. He's sitting alone on the porch. He must be Lee or Eddie in the 80s with our no friends.
No friends. Barking orders.
Exactly. Moving slowly back and forth on an old-fashioned porch swing. You immediately like, not feel, that'd be weird. You immediately like the old man's face. He has a long gray beard. Ooh, is it Gandalf?
Oh,
deep blue eyes and a voice that is strong, yet soothing and kind. Wait a minute, is this a romance book?
Uh-oh. Whoops, wrong book.
Wrong book. You talk for a long time about life and dreams and distant places. Are we 9?
Wow, we're just striking up a conversation with an old man.
As you sit next to him on the swing, you feel yourself becoming hypnotized by his gentle voice. I think we're reading a romance novel.
Yeah.
You are about to drift off when you suddenly become aware that he has asked you an important question. Pardon me, you say. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Your dream, the man says. What is your dream for the future? That's easy, you answer. I want to be a shark. I want to be famous and rich. Turn to page 2. Says the man. You even said that's easy. Says the man. Famous and rich are not what they seem. Why, you ask? Because for everything you earn, there is a price. For everything you achieve, there are dues you must pay. But surely the result makes it all worthwhile, you say. You have always imagined that being famous and rich would be the most wonderful thing in the world. Sometimes it is worth everything. Sometimes it is worth nothing.
Ooh.
Always remember, Happiness does not come with riches, nor contentment with fame. That's the truth, kids. I'll tell you that right now. Well, you say, I'd sure like to have a chance to find out. Do you truly mean what you say? He asks. I most certainly do, you answer. Those are problems I'd love to have.
Yeah.
Man punches you in the face.
Yeah.
Then you shall have that chance, the man says. Very slowly, the old man turns his back to you. You hear him mumbling strange sounds, and you see him moving his hands in weird circular motions. Okay, this book is inappropriate.
This is.
His body quivers. What?
Where's this going?
What are we reading? His body quivers, his head shakes. Finally, he turns to you and asks, do you want to be an explorer? Okay, come on, man. This seems like this is a movie star or a detective. If your answer is explorer, turn to page 4. If you want to be a detective, turn to page 6. If you want to be a movie star, turn to page 7. Three choices.
So which one's the famous and which one's the rich? I'm confused here.
Well, I think that's a good point. Probably rich would be probably explorer, right? You probably find something expensive.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe
sell it off on the black market.
Oh, hey, Mark from Australia is in the chat.
Oh my goodness. There we go, Mark.
Yes. Well, Mark, we're at a decision point here.
Yeah,
are you going to be an explorer, a detective, or a movie star?
Explorer.
So 3 choices.
I mean, with an explorer, your chances of getting to punch Nazis really go up. So there's that.
Explorer, just like Indiana Jones. So yeah,
Yeah. So we got to vote for explorer.
Explorer. Okay.
We got to vote for movie star.
And detective.
Oh my God.
We are split.
3 ways. We're split.
Okay. So
you have to flip the coin twice.
We have to flip the coin twice. So heads.
So once for movie star, Indiana Jones. So yeah, heads explorer, tails movie star. Let's do that one first.
That coin is cursed.
Right.
All right. So heads explorer and then tails. What was the second option?
Movie star.
Movie star. Okay.
Yeah.
Heads explorer, tails. So movie star.
So movie star. Now movie star versus detective.
Detective.
So movie star, let's leave it tails. Heads detective.
Okay. Movie star, tails. Heads detective. Heads detective.
Oh.
So we're going to be a detective.
We're going to detect
something. Detect why this old man is talking to me.
Detect his circular motions. What's happening? Yeah. Weird. No, thank you, sir. No, thank you.
Stranger danger. All right, page 6. Suddenly you find yourself sitting in a carved antique chair behind an enormous desk. There are rows of electronic buttons on the desk. They open windows, close curtains, and turn on TVs. Dim the lights, raise and lower your chair. You're obviously a very wealthy detective. Oh, okay. So we're going to get rich and right away. I didn't know being a detective was that rich.
He's like, I got a TV up in this office. I must be rich.
I must be loaded, man. The phone rings and you answer it. Please hold for a gentleman from the Federal Bureau of Investigation, says the operator. Soon a deep male voice begins to talk. After explaining that he prefers to keep his identity secret, the man gets down to business. I'm calling you because you are the smartest and most famous detective in the world.
Ooh.
And we of the FBI would like you to help us solve a serious problem. What is it, you ask? I cannot tell over the phone. If you want to accept the job, you must come to Washington immediately. Go to the FBI building and ask for Agent 337.
Ooh.
All right. So here's our choice. If you decide to go to Washington, turn to page 11. If you refuse the job because of other commitments, turn to page 12. We're such a busy 9-year-old detective.
Listen, I got a brand new TV here with all these knobs and switches. I got to flip all of them.
Yeah, manually. We don't have a remote.
More famous than Sherlock Holmes. He's like, have you heard of Sherlock Holmes? Yeah, moron.
Moron, idiot.
Fool.
Reminds me of Princess Bride.
Exactly.
Socrates, Aristotle, morons.
Morons. And he's like, oh.
Oh, Washington. Let's see. So Jesse says, go to Washington.
Uh-huh.
I'm already rich. DC is overrated.
We're already split. Let's see if we got a vote from our friend Mark.
Inconceivable. Yep. Exactly.
Inconceivable. I love the
Inconceivable.
ha, Mark says, let's go to Vegas. Some Vegas. DC.
Vegas.
That's the opposite. Same thing as Vegas, really.
Yeah, Vegas, DC. It's all the same. It's all full of
Going
gamblers.
to DC. Here we go. Page 11.
So page 11. All right.
Are we massaging a fish on this page 9? Anyway.
Well,
I don't know. That looks weird.
I don't know.
When you ask for Agent 337, you are led down a long corridor and into a small room. There is a loudspeaker on one wall. Welcome, says 337 through the speaker. I hope you will be able to help us. You are probably not aware that our country is being flooded with counterfeit money, dirty dollars, kooky coins, dirty kooky cash.
It's Conrad. Yeah, that'd be funny if you go to the door and the office chair spins around and it's Conrad.
Look, hello. Let's see. The bills are being printed in 1s, 10s, and 50s. That's the only thing that Al will pay for is in 50s.
1s, 50s.
And he says keep the change to everybody.
Yeah.
We have been working on this case for 2 months and have not been able to locate the counterfeiter. We need your help. Turn to page 17. 17. We do have one clue, 337 continues. We have just received word that yesterday a child in the Midwest received a cone-shaped chip on top of his head. Received a stuffed pig in the mail.
Okay.
It turned out that the pig was stuffed with counterfeit money. Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Dun, dun, dun.
Sending the child that animal may turn out to be the counterfeiter's first big mistake. Before you investigate the pig.
Wow.
Once again, these choices.
Yeah.
It says 337. You may want to look at the lab report on the bills. If you decide to visit the lab, turn to page 26. If you want to go immediately to check out the pig, turn to page 28.
Wow. Stuffed pig. That's
great.
Yeah. So
Stuffed
I'm going to send a stuffed pig to a kid with counterfeit money. That was his plan.
Why would you do that?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Stuffed
All right,
Pig
so there's
was
our
my
options.
slam poetry name here in the 1989 Poetry Slam on MTV.
Stuffed pig.
Ladies and gentlemen, Stuffed Pig.
Yay! Everybody snaps.
Mark is saying, show me the pig.
Show me the pig. Okay.
What is the name of the dummy policeman from episode 1 that we did? Wasn't that Proof-Rock and Schmidt?
Proof-Rock and Schmidt. Yeah.
Yep.
Proof-Rock
get Proof-Rock on this case.
Ooh, yeah. That's exactly what we need to do. We need to get Proof-Rock and Schmidt. They're stuck in the 70s. It's 1978 right? All over again.
Do we have that file saved here? Let me see here.
Yeah, while you pull that up, let's see. So we got Show Me the Pig from Mark. I'm a pig investigator from way back. Stewie.
Two cops who just can't catch a break. One can see ghosts. The other lives with his mom. Proof-Rock and Schmidt. Tune in and join them on their far-out adventures. Join Proof-Rock and Schmidt as they topple crime bosses, defeat the cyborg Gypsy King, get Schmidt's mom to give him his own room.
Come on, Mom.
Schmitty, I need that for my sewing room.
Proof-Rock and Schmidt.
You're welcome.
All right. So Jesse says visit the lab, but we have 2 votes for see the pig. So we're
See
going
the
to
pig. See
see
the
the
pig.
pig. So we got another 9-year-old visiting another 9-year-old about counterfeit money.
So, why do you love pigs so much, eh?
Yeah, I'm a rich detective.
I'm a pig too.
All right, so that's
Police officer, that is.
page 28. It takes most of the day for you to travel to the small town where the child lives. The journey requires 2 planes and a rental car. What? Are we bringing the entire FBI with us?
The funny part is you had to put the rental car in one of the planes. This is how it
Oh,
works.
okay. That's
So,
why. All right.
yeah.
All right. When you arrive early that evening, the mother and child are waiting for you. After discussing the situation with the child, you ask if she has the wrapper in which the pig was mailed. It's somewhere in my room, the girl tells you. Well, you say with a smile, then it shouldn't be difficult for you to find.
Oh,
Here's
we
another
shady.
choice.
We shady.
If you ask to see the pig, turn to page 49. If you go to the child's room immediately, turn to page 50. So see the pig or just go to the child, kick down the door and go to the kid's room.
Show me the pig. He put a gun against the 9-year-old head.
Yes.
Show me the
Or
pig.
what was, we had a book a while back where we threw a bomb through a window.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
The
It's like
bomb
a flash thing. Windows, things you throw bombs through. That was the Jeopardy question.
Exactly. What's a window? Things you throw bombs through.
Things
It's
you
like,
throw
what's a
bombs.
pig? What's a pig? A thing you stuff counterfeit money into.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right. I need all the pig, Al says. Ask to see the pig, Jesse says.
So we got 2 votes for the pig.
Yeah. So
I like Mark's comment here. We could take his job. We show up.
you
Give me your
probably
fake
could.
pig. And I'm the 9-year-old lives with his parents. Fake pigs.
Yeah. Going to the kids' room sounds a little sketchy. I say we ask her again, but using strong language.
Use firmer tones.
Firm tones. But
So we're going.
all right.
We're going to the kids' room.
So we want to see the pig. Well, so we can see the pig, or we just go to the kids' room. I think we ask to see the pig. So Jesse says ask. Al says I need all the pig. So I assume page 49.
49. My fault there, guys.
All right.
There's
49.
an abomination seal on page 42. If anybody wants to see that,
Yeah, these illustrations.
they're not great.
Amazing. Oh, wow.
Dude, look at this quality pig stuffed with fake money. It's great. You look at the pig, inspecting it carefully. I wonder what it's stuffed with. Other than the fact that this is the ugliest pig you've ever seen. Whoa! Pig
Wow.
judgment. What's happening? You find nothing unusual except for the stuffing.
Oh.
I think we should search your room now, you say. I don't think that's going to be as easy as you think, says the girl with a smile, pulls out a bazooka.
Oh.
Don't be silly, you reply. It's only a room. Turn to page 50. You follow the child up to a narrow staircase. She tells you that her room is in the attic and that her father fixed it up for her. Oh, boy. When she opens the door, you are staggered, appalled, and shocked. What horrors lie behind that door?
Oh.
The room is enormous, and it seems to you that every toy and game ever manufactured is scattered on the floor. Oh, great. So it's basically Al Garrison's childhood.
Ah, yeah. This is Al Garrison's attic.
There are Legos, Lincoln Logs, Barbie dolls, Ken dolls, a buggy, blocks, trucks, planes, and hundreds of stuffed animals. A harmonica, pieces of string, because that's a toy.
Yeah.
A broken kite, once again, a toy.
Toy.
A scattered Monopoly set, which is the fate of all Monopoly sets. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Yeah.
A baseball glove, because we're playing sports now.
Okay.
A toy stove, a bikini. What?
A bikini?
3 sneakers. 3? What kind of 3?
3 left speakers.
Crayons, socks, and paper. And those are only the things you notice at first glance. This room, look at this room on page 51.
Oh, yeah.
Catastrophe, I tell you. Everywhere you look, there is a horrible mess. Now you know why my dad made the room in the attic, the child says. Mom says that when I learn to keep this tidy, I can move back downstairs.
Oh, wow.
Wow. If you
Punishment.
think that the girl might have thrown the wrapper in the closet, okay, and you decide to look there first, turn to page 68. If you want to start at the end of the room nearest the door and work your way across the other side, turn to page 69. I'm a little confused. These stories are a little loose, I've
Yeah.
noticed.
So basically, instead of looking in the room, look in the closet, or do we just work our way through the room? So closet or work through the room, I guess.
We got Mark here saying these are that's all left from the kids they trapped. Run, yeah, under all those toys.
I
Find
know.
skeletons. Get out of there.
I was thinking when she was taking us upstairs, she turns around and her eyes light up. She says, "I'm Conrad's sister."
Eyes glow red.
Yeah, I'm Conrad 2.0.
Jesse, kids in the 80s didn't know what toys are. That's how we got Modulock.
Yes.
Is it a toy or is it an affront to God? Maybe
Looks like
both. Why not both?
Why not both? Why not both? Looks like closet is the vote, though.
Closet. We have a one time. Is this the one
Wow.
time that we had a unanimous?
Unanimous. That doesn't happen very often.
I know it's very rare. Is there a yay? We have a yay up here queued up anywhere?
We need a yay.
Yay.
So it's page 68. Modulock is in the closet. There you go.
Open the closet. Ah!
It's a Modulock.
The rain of Modulocks falls upon you.
Yes. That's the true terror. All right. So
you spit out a Modulock head. I knew this was hell.
Yeah. All right. So I've got page 68. You open the closet door, a Modulock rolls out. Oh, wait.
I knew it.
See? A ball rolls out and hits you in the head. You step back onto a pair of skates and fall right on your bottom.
There it is.
Finally, the girl says, "It can't be in the closet. I never use it. I'm afraid to open the door." You nod in understanding, and you know that you have no choice except to search the room bit by bit. So here they make us search the room anyway.
Fake choice here.
Fake choice. But they can count it as a choice. That's
right.
The key.
Yeah.
So you crawl along the floor, pushing and shoving junk out of the way. You scream when you kneel with all your weight on a triangular Lego. Then you continue lifting boxes, moving blocks, piling the clutter behind you as you crawl. You shove aside the top of chutes and ladders and try to pick up a paper that is underneath it, but the paper is stuck to the floor. "I spilled my juice there," the girl says. You look at the paper and realize it's a wrapping from the pig package. The label on the paper says Faco Toys, 13 Gyp Street, Spilt Milk, Texas.
Gyp Street.
This is hilarious.
Jesse says, "I feel very famous and rich."
I know. Yeah, where's the famous and rich part of this?
Is this what famous and rich people do?
They crawl on the floor looking through toys.
Oh, that's not juice.
That's not juice.
Oh, man.
That's the blood of Modulock.
Exactly.
All right. If you ask a girl to bring you the pig so you can inspect it before you go to Texas, turn to page 93. Wait, didn't we already inspect the pig?
I thought we already took the pig out.
Another false choice here.
I know.
If you race from the room in order to catch the first plane to Texas, turn to page 95 or 94. So do we inspect the pig again for the second time? Page 93. If we just hop on that plane and go to Texas, page 94.
Right.
So, wow. I think maybe we do need to call Proof Rock and Schmidt if we can't inspect it twice. This case sucks. Yeah.
I don't think Proof Rock and Schmidt would take this case. They'd be like, this is below us.
It's below Proof Rock and Schmidt. That's pretty bad. Man. Yeehaw. Yeah. Let's go to Texas. All right.
We got 2 votes for Texas. So
yeah, so we're going to Texas. We already inspected it. Let's just go.
Yeah, 3 votes for Texas now.
All right. So 94. That's you.
All right. 94. You race down the stairs, taking 2 steps at a time. When you are halfway down, your foot lands directly on some forgotten marbles, and you fly the rest of the way to the bottom. When you wake up, you are in the hospital. your head swathed in bandages. The first question you ask is, when can I leave? Sometime next week, the doctor answers. You have sustained a serious concussion. Sadly, you telephone Agent 337 and explain what has happened. I'm sorry, he says. We'll have to assign someone else to the case. We can't afford to lose some time while you recover from a careless accident. The end.
The end.
This is the GoBots. This is a GoBots ending.
Well, but we got concussed. I mean, that kind of falls in line with.
That's true. It's not even a
So-
choose your own adventure story if you're not getting concussed.
Yeah, you have to be concussed. I like how Agent 337 is like a careless accident. Yeah, come on.
Apparently, being rich and famous doesn't mean being smart. Ooh.
Ooh,
That's
and
a
not very
337
coordinated.
burn. That's a 337 burn.
Yeah, that's the Agent 337 tips. Oh man, I bet they replaced me with Proof Rock. Well, maybe.
It really is true.
Agent 337 burn. Oh man,
Well, we
That
didn't
was-
die.
we didn't die. We got concussed. So, and we didn't become a shark.
You got to see an ugly elephant.
Yeah.
And a kid hoarder. So
A kid. Am I watching an episode of Hoarders or Future Hoarders star? The little
yeah,
girl.
exactly. Future hoarders.
Future Hoarder.
I don't know. That was this has been my experience with these witch ways though. It seems like they have like weird, like
Yeah.
really unsatisfying endings.
They just don't have the same feel. They're always bizarre though. We had that one where we were a scrap collector on a planet. That was kind of interesting. So
Yeah.
this
yeah,
one just is weird. There's just no.
it is.
It seems very disjointed.
It does seem disjointed. That's what I was going to say. It's some of these books that are knockoff, like not knockoff, but they're not choose your own adventure. They feel a little bit like not quite held together the same way.
Yeah, there's a little more on Choose Your Own Adventure. There's a little more cohesiveness, but this one just seems like let's throw some random decisions together.
Jesse, you're right, because Funnelhead was satisfying.
Oh, that was so satisfying.
That's
yeah,
true.
good point.
At least
Okay.
it was weird though. Like this was like so like you fell on some marbles and woke up in the hospital. Like
Yeah.
at least have it be like a fever dream where you're like, no, honey, you're actually a bear having a human dream. Like, oh, I've been a bear the whole time. Like that's cool.
Like a Mark. At least they didn't stitch us together with someone else, like a human-sized module. Well,
There it is. There it is.
there. It's
Yeah.
it's possible. Never say
You wake
we've
up-
only gone through this once, so we might get
Wake
put
up.
together.
Sewn to a modulock.
Yeah.
That kid was creepy.
Yeah, that
Funnelhead
kid was
kid.
creepy.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
gonna take a screenshot of that kid and put it up on our page. I'm glad we left.
Oh, the supercomputer
Oh.
one?
No, the kid with their toys.
Oh.
It's like, yeah, I'd rather fall down the stairs on marbles than keep this conversation going.
Yes. Oh, but that was fun. I mean, it
was fun. They're
hey,
sharks.
Sharks. We might be a
Huh.
shark.
Never know. Never know.
Yeah.
Maybe. Here's hoping we
always
land on
hope.
that next time.
So,
Speaking
all right.
of next time, catch
Yeah.
us in 2 weeks, Monday night, 8:30 Central Standard Time. And for anybody who's kind of outside of that, just adjust your clocks accordingly.
Yes.
And and like we said, we are on all the socials and all those things, and you can find our podcast pretty much anywhere you get podcasts, right, Lee?
You can. Yeah.
Anywhere
We're
we are.
everywhere. You can go to uchoosepodcast.com. Listen to past episodes. You can buy merch there. You can make donations if you want to, so that maybe someday Eddie can become a shark.
Listen, how can I buy more physical copies of classic Choose Your Own Adventure books like Home in Time for Christmas?
Yes. And
Dinosaur
Island.
Island. I do have a hard copy of that. God help
Yeah.
us. And we've talked about doing some stuff, some local things, and maybe even getting out there. And we also have merchandise.
Yeah. Get yourself
Stickers,
a mug.
A
Merchandise.
mug.
Where the real money for the
Merchandise.
movie is made. But yeah. Well, thanks to everybody in the chat. We appreciate it. And yeah, like Eddie said, we're going to do this in 2 weeks. So until then, you choose the adventure. See ya.
Good night, everybody.
Thanks.